So there's a couple of different ways you can use one-handed scissors. We have this style, which usually sits on a flat surface. I think it works best to do it at a tabletop, but you can experiment with different positions. Now the thing about this is a lot of it's just trial and error, okay? It's just figuring out what works best for the child, okay? I tend to just have them do it vertical surface, and of course initially they're not going to be very accurate. It's going to have a hard time, but one thing that you can do, okay, is a very simple, and I don't know if you can see in here, but I've actually made some little cuts like this, okay, and you can do it on all sides if you want to. So you cut pretty much right into the shape itself, and what this does is this, okay, so when they cut, okay, even if they get close, you can see how it drops off, okay, so they're starting to get some success, okay, that way they don't get too frustrated. You can do the same thing with the one-handed scissors, okay, as long as they get a little bit of a snip, okay, those will drop off, okay, so we'll just drop off like that. So the thing about this is there's just a lot of trial and error with this, okay? The other thing you could use is battery operated scissors. Now, they look something like this, okay? They're really good for paper. They're pretty, you can't do like really heavy, thick paper, but you can do regular paper. So what I would recommend, a very easy thing to do, okay, and you can use anything. I'm just using an old bottle that I filled with water. I hot glued a clothespin, okay. Then what you can do is just put your shape in there, okay, and then just use your scissors. And you can see how I have them cutting off like that. And a lot of this is also trial and error because you don't know what is going to work and what is not going to work. So if you start with these basic shapes, I tend to start with, just straight lines, okay? You just have to position that like that, okay? And then just come in like this. Whoops, I got two. Let me see. Just like this. And again, it's just a lot of trial and error. And you might experiment with different positions for the bottle. This is just an old bottle that's just filled with water to give it some weight. And again, the nice thing about it is you can position it any way you want to. And you can experiment. I mean, using clothespins, you can try attaching them to different shapes of wood. I'm going to try some and show you different ways you can do that, okay? So that's just an introduction to one-handed scissors, but a lot of my kids are very successful with these, okay? And so I did provide those in your packet.